Not guilty. The 3 Toronto police officers charged with sexually assaulting a female parking enforcement officer have been acquitted. It was an emotional day here in court as the judge delivered her verdict in a trial that was never about whether or not the officers had sex with the woman, but whether she was capable of giving consent. Constables Josh Cabero, Samir Kara, and Leslie Nizhnik all cleared more than 2.5 years after they were accused of group sex with the complainant in a hotel room at the Western Harbour Castle. The woman had claimed she was either too drunk or drugged to give consent after a night of drinking. In the end, the judge found her testimony had inconsistencies and frailties, which led to reasonable doubt. Justice Anne Malloy stated, "Based on the complainant's evidence, I cannot be sure about what happened in that hotel room. It is simply not safe to convict." This video evidence was key to that decision. It shows the complainant getting out of a cab and going into the hotel where the sex took place. On the stand, the woman had testified she felt unwell in the taxi and had a sudden intense headache and couldn't follow conversation. In her ruling, the judge noted the video paints a different picture, that she got out of the cab easily and was laughing and chatting with 2 of the defendants. After the verdict was delivered, the officers hugged each other. Their supporters were crying. Only Constable Leslie Nizhnik took the stand in his own defense. His testimony was very different than the complainant's, claiming not only did she agree to the group sex, she initiated it, but the judge acknowledged she didn't necessarily believe everything he had to say. There are certainly aspects of Mr. Nizhnik's testimony that I did not find convincing. I agree that his evidence appeared to be scripted or rehearsed. Nizhnik's lawyer spoke briefly after the verdict. The judge said she didn't necessarily believe Mr. Nizhnik.
She said she didn't disbelieve him either.
It is a trial no one is walking away from unscathed. Not the complainant, nor the officers who have had their reputations tarnished. The judge noted, the question is not whether they behaved admirably or even ethically. But their moral character has certainly been in question after testimony revealed a night that included lots of boozing, strippers, and talk of hiring a prostitute. And the Toronto police investigation was also flawed, with key video evidence not collected on time and forever lost. None of the officers spoke as they left court. They have all been on suspension with pay since the allegations came to light.
He looks forward to finally getting his life back, as does his family, and it goes without saying, he looks forward to finally being able to get back to work.
So, what's next for the 3 officers now? Well, the Professional Standards Unit, known as Internal Affairs, has concluded its investigation into their conduct and determined no charges will be laid under the Police Services Act. So, now it's up to Police Chief Mark Saunders to review their suspensions, and unless the Crown appeals, it seems very likely that those officers will be back on the job soon.